Turron, Davenport, USA Today, Eagles Wire is in. The Eagles at 5-1 are right now at the top of the NFC East, Turron, and they're getting ready for really what could be a big-time separator in the NFC East. And it sounds like, Turron, they are treating this game as that important, that they know that they could really drop the hammer on Washington because they would be, 2 games up and already have beaten them twice.
Yeah, I like the mindset that the guys have. It's more or less a next game mindset, but they do understand that this is an NFC East game. And like Zach Ertz said, it's almost a double bonus if they win that game. So it's a good mindset to have, and if they keep approaching each week the same way, they should be in good shape.
You move into this week moving forward here. Last week they win without Lane Johnson. They should get him back. But my question really is, Wendell Smallwood looked like he's going to come back. And how have you seen the offense, if at all, different without Wendell? And what kind of role do you think he'll have now that he comes back in? What will look different with him coming back? Because, obviously he didn't play, but it didn't seem like they missed a beat without him.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much different. You saw a few more carries for Blunt. You saw Kenjon Barner get some carries also. Smallwood is pretty much their third down guy. He's the one that they'll motion out of the backfield. They'll line him up out wide. They'll have him catch the ball out the backfield. And, of course, he'll run those inside runs. He's a really tough runner in that aspect. And if you look back at the the Chargers game, he had a score, but the game before that he led the team in rushing. So the kid, he has a lot of talent. He just has to stay healthy. I think the offense is better off with him in the rotation because he is a talented running back, and I know the coaching staff do Staley specifically likes him.
Turron, over the years, you and I have had a lot of discussions about Nelson Agholor. He looks like a different player. I'm sure that you've got a chance to kind of pick his brain a little bit over this. I mean, does he seem like he's grounded? What has he learned from his past troubles? And just kind of bring us up to speed on where he is mentally now, because at this stage last year mentally, we know he wasn't doing so well.
Yeah, Nelson's in great shape, and this is something I said would happen. Just it was a matter of time.
You did stick with him, man. You were hanging on that Agholor bus for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented player, and really it was just a matter of getting the mental side of it caught up with the physical side, and you see what's happening with him now. You see how he catches the ball with ease. He's not thinking about catching the ball, so he's just comfortable out there on the football field. I actually talked to his high school coach this morning about him, and he's very proud of him also, and he just said that he loves the way that he fought through everything, and he came out, I'm not going to say on top, but he came out, on the better side of things so far, and I think the best is yet to come with Agholor.
Turron, this team has been money on third down. I mean, it seems like every game I'm watching, 3rd and 18, 3rd and 12, I have the confidence that they're going to convert. Can you kind of just explain to us, I mean, how are they so good on third down, especially Carson Wentz?
Well, it's a focus. This is something that when you hear Coach DeFilippo, the quarterback coach, when you hear Frank Reich talk about situational football, this is one of the situations that they focused on. And I asked Doug Peterson about that a couple weeks ago, and he said that really it's been an area that they focused on, and it's something that has to be a testament to Carson Wentz, and it also has to be a testament to their chemistry. They're able to find guys open, and that's something that didn't happen as much last year. Guys would get open with Carson and find them, or Carson would find them and they didn't catch the football. You're not having that this year. And it's just, you look at the touchdown, right, the 3rd and 19 against the Cardinals, and Agholor rips off a 72-yard touchdown. You look at, 3rd and 12 last week, and Agholor, 24-yard reception. These guys are getting to where they need to be, and Carson is throwing the ball on point. This year, he's throwing these guys open, and that's something that he didn't do last year, so that's a progression. So it's really just all a result of an area of focus for them. Carson is able to get himself out of trouble in the pocket and scramble with his eyes down the field to make a play. So that's another thing you saw in this not the home opener, but the season opener, when he hit Zach Ertz for the 31-yard gain on 3rd and 13 late in that game. So they definitely are turning it up on third down, and that's something that's really happening for them. Teams are blitzing them too, and Carson and that offense is delivering in the blitz for sure.
Turron, talk about this team's fight and character. I mean, you look at that game last week, and the thing with the referees, I mean, the struggle of the offensive line early in the game. This team fought, and still found a way to win. Is this the character of this team going to be throughout this season, that it doesn't matter what they're up against, they're just going to find a way to fight through and prevail?
I think their ability to stand tall in adversity is something that is kind of floating under the radar. How many teams could lose their best defensive player for a stretch of 2 games and not miss?
Maybe they're 2 best, right?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Jordan Hicks was out too, and you look at the linebackers. Jordan Hicks goes down. Nigel Bradham and Michael Kendricks.
All right, they're 3 best. They're 3 best. We're forgetting Darby too.
You could go on and on. I mean, at each level of the defense, they lost guys. And Fletcher Cox, he goes down. Tim Jernigan steps up, and he plays the way that he's played. And he's another one I said would be a really nice fit in this defense. And you look at what he's done. You look at the secondary, Rasul Douglas, the rookie, stepping up. The safeties are coming in. You got Malcolm dropping in the box when they go to 3 safety personnel with Corey Graham and McLeod in the game. They keep responding. And the thing that I really would like people to focus on and give some attention to is Chris Wilson and the defensive line. Those are the guys that really set the tone. BG, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett. Chris Long is playing outstanding football, and then obviously Fletcher Cox and Jernigan, like we mentioned, and even Vinnie Curry is coming along. So when you look at just the way that they're the emotional leaders of the team, the way they set the tone, have you noticed when the Eagles win the coin toss, the defense is going out there first because that sets the tone for that team. And then not to mention LeGarrette Blount and his violent running style.
He's Turron Davenport. Real quick, yesterday, Carson Wentz at the top of the list of Vegas odds for MVP, and 6 weeks in, a second-year guy being at the top of that list. I was a little surprised by that, but it seems that a lot of people around the league aren't so surprised, and it seems that he has made big-time leaps from where he was as, let's be honest, he was an average passer last year, 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, made some mistakes, but a lot of those mistakes are being swept under the rug, and he has really grown quickly.
He's grown, but also you have to look at this team is winning. And then in addition to that, you cannot forget about the defense and what they've been able to do. And furthermore, Doug Peterson has grown as a play caller. You have balance on offense. So now Carson Wentz's job is much easier. You notice he's not passing the ball 40 to 50 times a game. There's only so many quarterbacks that could do that. They're finding balance. Doug Peterson is not getting enough credit for what he's done with that offense, as well as Frank Wright and DeFilippo, Deuce Staley, Coach Stout. They are doing an excellent job in getting that offense and finding that balance, whereas they can run the ball or throw it, whichever you want. You pick your poison, and they'll figure it out.
Turron Davenport covers the Eagles for the USA Today at @Davenport_NFL. And, of course, the Eagles and the Redskins will mix it up on Monday night right here on 97.3 ESPN. Always a pleasure, Turron. Take care, pal.
Definitely. Take care.